Dern versus Ribas 2. Welcome to the script. My name is Remy, and I'm going to give you guys the full card predictions for this fight. Before I get into happy holidays, the UFC decided to take a month break. So, we gotta stretch out these videos and shit. I appreciate all the support. You guys are the best. Let's go into 2025 strong. And without further ado, before we get into it, subscribe to Winnable. The link will be in the description. Become a premium member or become a basic member. That is right, guys. It is free to become a basic member. To get our picks, it is free. Join Winnable. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I'm saying? The script is up. You've seen what we did in UFC 311. Only one fight wrong. It's a script. Of course, guys, Merry Christmas. I won't be dropping this on Christmas, obviously, but just want to say Merry Christmas. You know what I'm saying? We'll be taking a little bit time away with the family. And with that being said, let's get straight into these breakdowns. Then we have Victoria Durova versus Fatima Klein. Alright, listen, guys. I'm going Victoria Durova, sexy ass. Nah, let me stop. All jokes aside, I don't know how Victoria Durova is a plus 500 underdog. I think she's like a plus 550 right now. How? She was undefeated until she versed Sam Hughes. She actually sold my parlay. I actually put a bet on her. I did I got one of those bonus bets that FanDuel sports books give you. And I took a little of that free money. I'm like, man, I need some Victoria Durova. It looked good. She was undefeated. I parlayed her and she sold my parlay. Losing to Sam Hughes. She was on a good win streak, and then they got snapped by Sam Hughes. She looked good in the UFC, other than that one split decision. I mean, opponent is coming off a loss, so I give the edge to Durova, but Fatima will have the grappling advantage. So I just don't know. Victoria Durova is more of a stand and bang. But the grappling is a big factor. She hasn't been submitted. Her only loss is a decision. But, Durova has more experience and is a good striker. This will likely be a standing fight. And I will give the edge to Durova. I'm taking the underdog on this first fight card. Fatima will probably win. She does have the grappling advantage, whatever. She is the favorite. But I don't get, why she's such a big favorite. Victoria Durova ain't, you know what I'm trying to say? You guys act like she's 6-5 or something. Or she's 8-1. She was just undefeated. Yeah, man. The pick will be Victoria Durova. I have a little, bet on this. You know what I'm saying? In the meantime, then we have Andreas Gustafsson versus Preston Parsons. Gustafsson has looked good on Dana White Contender Series. He's never been finished. His opponent is coming off a loss. He does have the reach advantage and height advantage. Opponent can't find the sub in the UFC. Parsons can't find a sub in the UFC. And it's pretty chinny. Majority of his wins is by submission, and he hasn't found one in the UFC. Chinny hasn't found a sub in the UFC. Most of his wins are by sub. This just sounds like a way for Gash to get this one done. Not in motherfucker. But I will say I'm probably not betting. I'm not betting this just because he's making his debut. So, But the pick will be Gaston. He should get this one done. He is the favorite. And then we have Erneste Karakate versus Nicole Cagliari. Nicole! That's how you shit. Someone tell Nicole. He's sliding the DM. Say hello, little thing. Nah, let me stop. I mean, we'll keep it PG. We'll keep it. Nicole look good though. Keep it a buck. But the pick will be Nicole in this fight though. She just has the grappling advantage. Her opponent is kind of the same thing with Parsons. Is coming off a loss. Ernesta's coming off a loss. Nicole has the finishing capabilities, but then again, like, finishing in the UFC, finishing outside in the UFC and finishing in the UFC is like completely different. We've seen it with a whole bunch of fighters get KOs outside the UFC. They step in the UFC. It's like they go to decisions, you know? But Ernesta does have an insane height and reach advantage. And Nicole has finished all her fights. 8 up, 8 down. I do think it'll be possible that we see Nicole snatch up a sub, and that's the only way I see her winning, to be honest. I mean, this could go to decision for sure. Like, she could get ground control. So it isn't the only way she wins, but I think she'll get it done. She finished all her fights, but I'm not confident because Ernesta does have an insane height and reach advantage. Ernesta's 5'9", Nicole's 5'1", 5'2". Ernesta has a 71-inch reach. Nicole has like a 60-inch reach. I mean, Ernesta will probably be able to just keep her distance, manage range. And that's where we see if Nicole can really finish this. But Ernesta has gone to a lot of decisions, so I just like the finishing capability, but I don't know if Nicole's going to get this one done. This is a risky pick. I'm picking another dog, and I'm going with Nicole. And then we have Nulo Alev versus Yoel Ashmouz. And Alev is a wrestler. Yoel is a finisher-ish, but his opponent hasn't been finished. Yoel hasn't been finished. So he has 6. He finished 6 out of his 8 fights. He's pretty much of a finisher. Alev is more like a wrestler, but listen, man, wrestlers in the UFC go crazy, and I heard Alev is out here biting motherfuckers, bro. I heard he bit his last opponent. So I'm going with the cannibal. Like, I'm going with the motherfuckers a little hungry. You know what I mean? Straight up. But I don't know. But and also on top of that, he got 11 minutes of control time with his opponent. His wrestling is crazy. He has good forward pressure, and yeah, I mean, but he did get a point taken off for biting his last opponent. So Yoel isn't like a bum. If you look at his record, it's 8-1. But like, bro, we're talking about a cannibal here, man. Fucking Jeffrey Dahmer. Anyway, Alev is the pick. Then we have Jose Johnson versus Felipe Buns. Pause. Jose Johnson, this motherfucker, 6 foot at flyweight. Yo, this guy gotta be a stick. I thought Sean Woodson was a stick at featherweight at like 6'2". This guy's 6 foot at flyweight. Probably the tallest flyweight you'll ever hear of. He's going against Felipe Boon. Both of them are coming off losses. Obviously, Johnson has a reach advantage. Like, bro, what? He has a height and reach advantage. But I'm not sure what the odds are on this. I believe Buns is the underdog. But I will go Buns. Jose Johnson does have the reach and height advantage, but he has a 38% takedown defense. So I see Felipe just coming in, probably just getting a takedown and probably just subbing him, to be honest. It's just like, I mean, he lost to Joshua Van by KO, but I mean, it's Joshua Van. We just seen what Joshua Van did to Cody Dern. Put a clinic on Cody. So, I mean, you know, I feel like that loss is just pretty much like, I guess you could say like tried and true. Like, Joshua Van went on to beat more people, so it's not like a bad loss on his record. So I'll give the edge to Buns. Then we have Mamed, Gashmilyazulov, Gadzialazulov. And we got Bruno Lopez. I'm going Mamed. Mamed is the wrestler. Like a heavy wrestler. He has the grappling threat and he has the stand-up threat. He's undefeated. He's going against Bruno Lopez, which in the Dana White Contender Series he was 1-2. He looked okay. He lost by knockout and won by knockout. But Mamed has decisions in the Dana White Contender Series. He's 2-0, and I'm confident in his grappling to get it done. Yeah, both of them the same height. These light heavyweight. I just feel a little more confident going Mamed in this situation. It just looked a little better on the Dana White Contender Series. Then we have Thiago Moses versus Trey Ogden. Now this fight is a coin flip. Both these guys are submission people. Both these guys are submission threats. I believe Trey has, like, all of his finishers are subs. Let me just check that real quick. Yeah, man. 61% of his finishes are subs. And, you know, you can see Moises is pretty much up there too. Like, they just both prefer subs. Like, look at that. Takedown defense 100%. Holy shit. Like, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just really up there. Like, who's going to shoot first type of matchup. And I do have Thiago winning this, but I mean, Trey Ogden, he could be a good, solid dog. I'm not confident in Thiago to get this one done. He's faced better comp. He's faced Islam, Joe Alvarez, Benoit Saint-Denis before Benoit Saint-Denis got absolutely destroyed by Moicano. And he does have the age advantage. But I mean, you know, Trey Ogden, like I said, both these guys prefer the ground. They go the distance. It's like a coin flip. Who gets what position? Who wins the scrambles? Who's, you know? So I'm going Thiago's. The pick will be Thiago's, but Trey Ogden can get this one done. Then we have Tulio. We have Marco Polo versus IHOP. And I'm going to Marco Polo. Straight up, like, Marco Polo just looked good on the Dana White Contender Series, man. Knocking motherfuckers out. He's 2-0 in the Dana White Contender Series. But then again, IHOP, he just has IHOP. Just, listen, no disrespect, but just IHOP, you know what I'm saying? IHOP got the hands. And I wouldn't be surprised if Marco Polo lost this. Marco Polo did Marco Tulio did good on the Dana White Contender Series. Like, he has one knockout, one decision. But I feel like he's just one of those people that just haven't been tested. And I wouldn't be surprised if IHOP just comes in and destroys him, to be honest. I mean, I don't know. He's making his debut. Although IHOP is, like, you know, you could argue that he's okay. He's pretty trash. He has felt a better comp. But this is set up for Marco Tulio to win. So I will just go Marco Tulio. And I believe he's like a minus 400, 500 underdog. But yeah, I do have Marco Tulio just to get this one done. IHOP is pretty chinny and just set up for him to win. Then we have Punahele Soriano versus Euros Medic. And I will go Medic. All of his wins have been by finish. Now, the only problem is Soriano is a wrestler. But he's not really like a wrestler, like not like a Dagestani, but he kind of picks and chooses when he wants to shoot, if he wants to be a wrestler. So I just feel more confident in Medic to get this one done. And Soriano, out of his 6 fights, he has 4 losses and he has 2 dubs. And Medic has finished all of his fights. Both have experience in the UFC. But Medic's fights haven't went the distance. He's finished all of them. They haven't seen the distance. He's either got finished or finished his people. And you can see right there, never went to decision. So I'll just give the edge to Medic. But I don't believe. I think Soriano has only been finished like twice. So I wouldn't be surprised if it went to a decision. But I like Medic's capabilities more. The pick will be Medic. And then we have Santiago Bizimbio. Wow. We have Carlston Harris. Look at this motherfucker, Carlston Harris's arms, bro. Motherfucker built like bro, he doesn't even look real, bro. Santiago 30-8. Carlston Harris is 19-6. Both are old, but Santiago is 38. And past 7 fights, he lost 5. So with that being said, I'll just give the edge to Harris. Harris did lose to better comp. He lost to Shavkat. Both these guys are coming off losses. Both older fighters. I'll just give the edge to Harris. The pick will be Harris. Now we have an interesting fight. Christian Rodriguez, the ultimate gatekeeper in the UFC, the guy who only give Chiwiwis his only loss. This guy gave Chiwiwis his only loss, and that was like a close fight. Which you could have argued Chiwiwis could have won. I mean, if you don't know who I'm talking about, it's Raul Rosas Jr. You could have argued that Raul Rosas just needed to shoot more, and he could have won. But in this situation, I'm going Austin Bashi. Reason being, although he's not the ultimate gatekeeper, I believe Christian Rodriguez like just gatekept like just a whole bunch of fighters. I don't even I can't name them off the top of my head besides Chiwiwis, but he just gatekept so many fighters. I have to go Austin Bashi. I feel like Bashi will just have the wrestling advantage and the pace. He doesn't seem to get tired. Just continues to push a pace. He's a chain wrestler. I believe in his last fight, he was just mauling that. I can't remember. I did these predictions a little while ago, but I'm from what I remember. I just remember Bashi just going in on bro. I think he shot like 16 takedowns. Rodriguez does have more UFC experience than Bashi, and this is the only reason why I say it's a 50-50 fight. The pick will be Bashi, but I'm not too sure because Rodriguez is a solid dog, and he's gatekept a lot of good prospects in the UFC. So, although Bashi is a wrestler, he does have a submission threat. He is undefeated. He has like 13 wins. They're not showing it, but he has like 13 wins. Christian Rodriguez, it wouldn't be his first time taking a guy's O. He took Chiwiwis' O. He also beat Simon, which was a good prospect. Simon got destroyed by Payne Taubin in the Contender Series, but still, even though he's coming off a loss, I can't count him out. He's felt a better comp clearly, and the pick will be Bashi though. Then we got Cesar Almeida versus Abdul Razak Halassan. This guy is literally, Abdul is literally a knockout or loss or I lose type of guy. The only way for him to win is knockout. He's like, when it goes the distance, he never wins. He gets his knockouts within the first 2 rounds. And with that being said, the pick will be Cesar Almeida. Abdul is literally a knockout or bust type of guy. Knockouts are usually in the first 2 rounds, never in the third. Cesar most likely wins this if it just goes to decision. He does have the height advantage, slight reach advantage. Although he's not as brolic as Abdul, if he could just avoid those heavy punches coming at him in the first 2, I think Abdul will probably slow down and Cesar Almeida will just get this one done. The pick will be Cesar Almeida. Then we have Chris Curtis versus Roman Kopylov. Chris Curtis is technically the better fighter, overall fighter in this fight. He's almost impossible to take down. But Roman Kopylov is a stand and bang type of guy. He's a striker. And he's knocked people out. Chris Curtis is a tough guy, but I just see Roman getting this one done. Chris Curtis, I mean, he's not a bum though, man. He was on a little win streak, but I don't really have no pick, to be honest, in this fight. I'll just give the edge to Roman. He is the favorite, I believe, and for good reason. He's the striker. Chris Curtis, he's but he has faced a better comp, and this is a good fight for Roman. Then we have Mackenzie Dern versus Amanda Ribas. Mackenzie Giat, you know what I mean? She Giats to win this, bro. Alright, all jokes aside, Mackenzie Dern, I don't see her winning this. The pick will be Amanda Ribas. I'll make it short and sweet. She's 4-1 against black belts, BJJs. And she's 4-3 against opponents who've never been subbed. I just have Ribas winning. Dern, you could argue, obviously has the grappling advantage, but she hasn't knocked anybody out. Dern, I don't know. This was supposed to happen. I forgot. I think it was on the other card. And yeah, they already fought, and Ribas beat Dern. But I wouldn't be surprised if Dern beat Ribas again. I mean, this time. Ribas is pretty chinny. She's been knocked out 3 times, but Dern isn't like someone who chins people. She's a submission specialist. She's a BJJ, She's jiu-jitsu. So it's not like she's going to knock her out. And Ribas, I think she could just negate Dern's grappling. This probably will be a decision, maybe even split. And I see this going both ways. But the pick will be Amanda Ribas. That is the video. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Subscribe to Winnable. It's literally free. We'll give you the picks for free. Subscribe. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. We're going to stay strong for this little month without UFC. You feel me? We're going to stay strong for this month without UFC. Hit that subscribe button. Share this with a friend. Check out the links in the description. And I'm out.